That is terrifyingly accurate, and he forgot to mention that the victim at the end will also set up a GoFundMe and blame this all on internalized racism. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Rudowski here of wearechange.org, and there is a lot of absolutely wild and bewildering news out there today, especially when it comes to domestic political hyperpolarization, which is totally getting out of control. Some surprising news surrounding Hunter Biden, as of course the main story that we're going to be discussing in this video is, of course, dangerous thought criminals in the United Kingdom that are facing the full brunt of the authoritarian technocratic state because they called someone a lesbo. Yeah, that story, plus the bigger meaning behind it, plus all the other things that are happening in the United Kingdom that are coming here, we'll be talking about all on this independent media broadcast. We're also going to be telling you about some interesting silver news, plus a lot more. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is made by this extremely talented young individual who we don't know who he is. If you know who he is, let us know, and we will, of course, attribute to them correctly down in the description below. But his characterization of people and their attitudes towards a little bit of discomfort are right on the money and brilliantly portrayed in this short TikTok video that is going viral all over social media. Again, let us know who this is so we can attribute them. And when we do, absolutely go follow their work, as this is a brilliant masterpiece commentary on just how absolutely soft and ruined our current generation is, leading us into a lot of political, civil unrest and chaos that now the people of Ecuador are facing. This, as one of their main political opposition party leaders was just assassinated last night, shot 3 times in the head, ending his life, as of course he represented mainly as a right-wing oppositional party to the current left-wing party that's in charge, as he ran on a very similar platform to the one of the president of El Salvador that's going to be tough on crime, gangs, and corruption in the country, and his political promises ended with his life, showing you just how dangerous, just how chaotic politics could get, and just how routine it is in many places around the world, which previously was absent from the United States, but is becoming more and more apparent by the day, as even mainline media publications like the New York Times try to excuse the call for genocide of an entire race of people in South Africa, while, of course, belittling, berating, and freaking out because someone made a song with a lyric in it that said, "Try that in a small town," which, of course, the New York Times heavily detested. Calls for ethnic cleansing? Okay to the New York Times, as long as you're cleansing the right people that they want to get rid of. Make a song that literally in the music video depicted people from all sorts of different races and classes? Now that right there, totally really racist. This, as yesterday, the FBI went on a raid that left one person dead who was allegedly threatening the life of the current president of the United States. All of this, as the Department of Justice has been politicized heavily by the current administration that is punishing and fiercely going after the main political opposition party leader, while in many times excusing or looking the other way when it comes to clear issues of corruption, bribery, and millions of dollars being moved into the personal bank account shared by the current president of the United States, which they accuse. All of this, as today we're also learning that a new Fifth Circuit ruling, specifically when it comes to the Second Amendment, might be actually helping the son of the President of the United States, Hunter Biden, as he's currently facing related charges regarding using drugs and having firearms. This, as a court ruled that drug users cannot be barred from owning firearms, a ruling that might reduce the number of charges that Hunter Biden is facing himself. This, as we're also learning today, that the January 6th committee against Donald Trump deleted a lot of their records, which the former president of the United States is calling a criminal act. And with political tensions escalating, both political parties being filled with corrupted individuals, this with negative economic outlooks points to A lot of unrest coming to, of course, the American people. We, of course, talk about that a lot on LukeUnfiltered.com. We're going to be expanding on those comments later on today with a special video only available for members. But before getting into any of that, we wanted to tell you about one of the sponsors of this video, and that is one of my friends who sells silver. His name is of course, Silver Dave. He's a friend of mine that I worked closely with before, and he is selling specifically 1/10 ounce heavy metal constructed silver bars that you could get and then barter with your friends. These are little pieces of silver that you could use to, of course, purchase, buy, trade, or barter with, which I think is an incredible idea. These are made in the United States. I actually seen how my friend Silver Dave actually makes these, and it's an incredible process. He's an individual that I worked with closely setting up the apocalypse survival training drills, which he was a part of. And from us working together, he wanted to make, quote, the ultimate survival tool. And that's why he created these silver barter bags at the lowest priced options, 1/10 fractional silver that he has available to you at a very low cost. As of course, silver, in my opinion, is absolutely sound money that not only helps you protect your financial resources from uncertain economic times, as of course the latest news that we're getting in today is that inflation has ticked up to 3.2% officially. As we know, the unofficial numbers are probably a lot higher, as you could see in the grocery stores. This, as the purchasing power of the dollar really hasn't been improving anytime and is decreasing in value. One of the few things that is not decreasing in value is precious metals. That's why I like them, I use them, and then when my friend told me about his company that I literally saw him build from the ground up. He makes these things himself inside of the United States. As people already in New Hampshire are using these as a way to trade, to barter, and to buy items, a part of the Free State Project in New Hampshire. As of course, there's also another agenda to track, trace, and database every single purchase you make. Using cash, using silver, using alternative form of payments, I think are pretty cool and pretty awesome. And when you're trying to buy something, it's going to be very difficult to buy something, with an actual gold coin. It's always not that easy to do it also in a silver coin, as of course they also vary in size. This is one from the US Mint that came out in 2020, by the way. Has the bats on there. What a coincidence. But with these and smaller denominations, you could very easily just trade, barter, and buy stuff in your local community through actual real silver at a great price, at a great deal that he is selling right now on JM Bullion. The link to these specific pieces available down in the description below. Go check them out and support one of our sponsors that's working with us. That's a friend of ours and doing something really cool, really innovative, and really different than a lot of other people in the silver and precious metal space. As you can see, the demand for these pieces is going up, as of course, one stock of them is already sold out. If you order 10 bags, you get free shipping along with it. And whether you're going to be using this for barter or for trading or for storing it for a long time, this is definitely a great way to diversify. So check out the link down in the description below and get yourself some of these pieces of silver before they sell out. Now, jumping into our main topic of discussion now, and that is the craziness unfolding in the United Kingdom, where people are getting arrested for simply identifying people that are related to their family members. Yes, you heard that correctly. This, as the United Kingdom is becoming more and more of an unsafe space for the average citizen, not just because of the authoritarian police officers there, but through, of course, roving criminal gangs that are using TikTok as a way of organizing and setting up looting and stealing sprees in the center of town. This, as a lot of young people are organizing and setting up these sprees where literally hundreds of teenagers gather together and they ransack a store or a private business and take whatever they want for themselves, leaving a lot of the times police officers overwhelmed. This, as there's horrible stories of horrible crimes being committed on average people, as police officers are routinely accused of standing by, not doing anything, or not even responding to some calls in some instances. But if there's an autistic girl that says that one police officer looks like a lesbian like her grandmother was, and reminded her of it, well, the police are going to be on her like white on rice. This, as we have some shocking video footage coming from the United Kingdom that is absolutely infuriating, as a young 16-year-old child was taken into custody and accused and charged of homophobia because she said a cop looked like a, quote, lesbian. Yes, you heard that correctly. Something that an officer found extremely offensive for some reason, even though she clearly looks like a lesbian. Clearly a direct look-alike of Ellen DeGeneres or Justin Bieber, and a lesbian. She looks like a lesbian. Something that, if I would say in the United Kingdom, would probably end me up in jail, just like this 16-year-old child who, from the looks of it, innocently made this comment since it reminded her of her grandmother. After she made that comment, this is what proceeded from the video that's going viral right now on the internet.
She's made a comment in her own house. You've got her on camera. She hasn't said anything to you. Don't matter. She never got cameras on. She's getting arrested. She's getting arrested. Why are you doing? Unit's coming. Don't worry. She hasn't done anything. She's autistic. I don't care. She's autistic. I know you're arrested. I'm telling you, I've got units coming. She's going to be arrested tonight. I'll wait till the police officers come and I'll explain what happened.
That's why we got her on the first place.
Fucking bitch, what me if I get put on me? Calm down. She's autistic. Can you stop staring at her, please? She's got autism. Can you just stand there? She's in a cupboard. She can't go anywhere. She can't go anywhere. Stand there, dear. They're going to remove her for what? Because you're bothered. Then she said the word lesbian. Her nana is a lesbian. She's married to a woman. She's not homophobic. Look what you're clenching your fist. Go away from that.
Clearly, at this point, any rational, common sense human being would be like, oh, holy crap, yeah, this person isn't mentally well. They're punching themselves. Clearly, they're in a cupboard. Clearly, they're a child. Holy cow, maybe I shouldn't traumatize this entire family and arrest them. This is the point, that the police officer should say, sorry, we made a mistake here. We're going to be leaving. Did they do that? Absolutely not. You see the disgruntled, angry lesbo face with this clearly a lesbian creature doubling down at this point and saying, no, this child's going to be arrested because I was called a lesbian. By accident or not, or even by mistake, this West Yorkshire police officer called in her lesbian friends, her soy boy entourage, and said, no, this child's going to jail. We're going to manhandle her, we're going to traumatize her, and we're going to ruin her life because she dared called me a lesbian, as she is most likely a lesbian.
Teenage daughter.
What is up with you?
Right. There is something wrong with you, mate. She didn't aim it at the police officer.
Not homophobic remarks at my colleague.
It's not a homophobic remark. She said, I think she's a lesbian like Nana.
If you want to bully people, you'll just get one of them badges there. That's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Caitlin! Where'd it go? Where's this? Does it go to right under there?
She's autistic. She don't like people touching her.
Well,
She will have a
What's your
meltdown.
name?
She won't come out. She's got autism. I'm
You
Lisa.
talk to her so she can come out. Because we're trying not to do this, aren't we? We've been trying for a long time.
But she hasn't done nothing wrong. That officer out there has assaulted me for no reason. She's got autism. She's autistic, man.
The issue is,
If an officer decides to arrest her,
She got arrested. They brought her home.
she's under arrest.
No, but she was going upstairs and she made a comment to me, and that officer ran in my house and assaulted me and tried to get to my daughter for
if you
no.
want to make a complaint about any of it, that's fine.
I am
All
going
the cameras
to.
that will have been on.
I am going to. Yeah, because it is on and she has.
She's now under arrest.
She was full of rage and she ran in the house and she barged me into this corner.
Disgusting, pathetic behavior by order followers that are following the most ridiculous, insane decrees made by power-tripping lesbians. Crazy, disgusting Justin Bieber looking like lesbians. And I'm saying that because that's what this poor child did and now is being literally manhandled by these thugs. Pathetic, low testosterone, beta males. Look at Justin Bieber over here. Look at this uglier version of Ellen DeGeneres looking on in just pure power-tripping pleasure, which in my opinion is just absolutely disgusting. Now, I had my own comments on this particular matter, as of course I just expressed them according to my own personal opinion. Tim Pool said himself that this is a very brave lesbian. He says lesbians are super cool, very brave to stand up against the bigotry of a 16-year-old, that this 16-year-old was a bigot, and that the West Yorkshire Police Department did a, quote, good job here, saying this, of course, sarcastically, as this is a shocking video. This homophobic public order offense is something that clearly is arbitrary, clearly is used in an abusive fashion here by the authorities that are implementing it just to punish people for what was clearly an accident and nothing even malicious. And if you're going to go to jail because you called someone a lesbian, that shows you just how far gone the society in the United Kingdom is, where people are also arrested for acts like silently praying. Yes, in the United Kingdom, British police officers have also arrested a woman for silently praying outside of a medical facility just a few months ago. And these arrests are not something that's uncommon. These arrests happen many times, specifically with individuals expressing political thoughts or ideas or words that the state does not like. Newsweek even called this out, saying that policing thought crime should not have any place in the United Kingdom. And I would have to agree with Newsweek here, as of course it's draconian, it's totalitarian, it's utterly insane. And this is coming to the United States, as of course already a lot of these laws are on the books in Canada, where individuals are arrested for alleged misgendering and hurting other people's feelings. This is the set of rules that want to be implemented in the United States that many leftist liberal states are already implementing in many different ways. And we have to understand that these are more common than not. Even in the United Kingdom, 5 years ago specifically, I hit the streets to talk about the First Amendment in the United States and how British common folk people didn't have good teeth and didn't have the right to free speech and expression. And during my time talking to individuals, I ran into this man, a man that was literally arrested for accidentally calling someone a bloke. One of the craziest stories that I ever heard of. This has happened 5 years ago. This has escalated. This was even a man that, of course, was ignored and many people didn't even know about until he finally came out and fully expressed this story. And this was just randomly walking around and running into this man whose story is absolutely crazy. We're going to leave you at the end of this video playing a short segment of it. And if you want to watch the full video, that also will be down in the description below. But the fact that police officers, authority figures could come to your house, break down your door, arrest your child for committing a thought crime, that's the world that many authoritarians want for you, and that world is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid, and I hope there's going to be some non-violent civil disobedience in the United Kingdom where everyone in the population rises up and calls this lesbian a lesbian, because clearly she is a big old flaming lesbo. Lesbian, 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 lesbian. Let me hear your war cry, lesbian! Ellen DeGeneres, Justin Bieber looking like carpet munching lesbo! Let that be your rallying freedom call. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechanged.org. One more video that's going to be more unhinged, more unfiltered on lukeunfiltered.com. See you right there after this one.